Hello, I'm Maeve from Alt Sports, and today I'm with,
Hardwick.
and we're down talking about MMA. So Harry, tell me, how popular is the growth of MMA?
It's growing pretty quickly. It's probably the fastest growing sport on the planet. Fighting's not difficult to sell, so of course it's going to be popular.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing it for?
About 4 or 5 years, and then I was doing Thai boxing for about 3 years before that. Yes.
How many times have you fought with MMA?
I fought 5 amateur and 1 professional.
And did you win?
I only lost 1 of the amateur ones.
And what are your feelings about those who consider MMA and other contact sports like boxing to be human pit bull fighting?
It's not really. As far as the actual statistics go with the dangers of it, I can speak for MMA. MMA is very safe. There's only been 5 deaths in the 30 or so years of it being a regulated sport. Whereas in rugby, 110 years, that's been regulated. There's been 71 deaths. So, there's people who don't like MMA, it's because they don't understand it. It is a sport. It's 2 people who want to competing. And, as with any sport, there are risks. Like if you go horse riding, you can fall off, break your neck. If you're racing driving, you can crash. With MMA, there's inherent risks. There's always risks with sports. You've just got to
embrace them.
Embrace them, really, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. We don't spar like it's a fight.
Right.
Like you see it in boxing. I'm not a boxer, so I can't really speak. But you see it a lot with boxing gyms where they tend to try and actually knock each other out in sparring and stuff, and it's not the best for long-term health. We spar in a very controlled manner. We don't hit each other hard in the head. We limit that a lot. You see when we do jiu-jitsu, if someone's got a submission on, you'll tap out, you'll let go, you'll admit you've lost, and you'll just carry on. We don't hit each other in the head hard, we don't wrench on joint locks, we don't wrench on chokes. You just, you've got to consider your training partners.
Yeah, okay. And so what are the hazards of the sport, and if so, how would you prevent them?
There's a few. There's people who tend to come from very old school gyms where they do spar like it's a fight, and that's the repeated head impacts. They are very conducive of long-term damage. Like I've made a rule for myself: if I get 3 concussions, I'm out. I'm done. Like I've got that rule. I've never even been close to one in all my years of training, but I've made that as a rule for myself. But it's just, you see some gyms, I'm not going to name names or anything, but they do spar like it's a fight, and we need to just get out of that.
Until it's the fight then?
Yeah. You need to save your chin until the fight, because in the fight, realistically, you don't take much, you can recover from it. But if you're doing that every day in the gym, you're going to get problems. It's going to cause problems, so just make sure you train smart. And just if you're a coach, don't be afraid to throw the towel in. If especially amateur, if your fighter's not doing well, just throw it. People need to limit the damage that happens. And referees are getting a lot smarter with it now, and they're stopping fights earlier or stopping fights when someone's definitely out of the fight. We're constantly evolving as a sport as well to learn new ways to protect ourselves.
Okay, well, thank you very much.